Hey everyone, ready to dive into some seriously cool stuff, AI and gaming. You guys obviously get how big this is, and after looking through all the stuff you sent, I gotta say I'm even more fascinated now. We're not just talking like AI making our games better, though that's huge in itself, but like AI designing entire games. The future is wild, folks.
What's crazy is how gaming isn't just using AI, it's practically pushing it forward. Games are so demanding, so complex that AI has to level up just to keep up.
It's like an arms race, but for code.
Yeah.
Way more fun to watch, though. And speaking of watching, I was blown away by how long AI has actually been in games. Like, remember Pac-Man?
Oh, yeah.
Those ghosts everyone loves to hate. Turns out they weren't just random. They had, like, basic AI even back then.
It's true. Those little guys used what's called finite state machines. Basically, imagine the developers were like, okay, if Pac-Man goes up, then Ghost goes down. Simple AI, but hey, it worked. And you might be surprised to know it's still used today, just, way more advanced.
So that feeling of being outsmarted by a pixelated blob, all thanks to algorithms. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Speaking of being outsmarted, one article mentioned this nemesis system in Shadow of War. You know that one. The enemies can actually remember you, like from past encounters, change their tactics, even taunt you based on if you'd won or lost before.
Oh yeah, the nemesis system. That was a game changer. Imagine, right? You're playing and suddenly it's not just beat the bad guy. It's personal. This enemy knows your moves, holds a grudge. Suddenly it's not just a game, it's like you versus your ultimate rival, constantly adapting. That's the hook, man. That keeps people coming back.
Totally. But even that, as cool as it is still pre-programmed, right?
Yeah.
Like somewhere out there, a developer wrote the code for how that AI behaves. But what about AI that can learn on its own end? Without someone telling it exactly what to do every step of the way, that's where it gets kind of freaky, but also really exciting. One of these articles, it was from Built In, talked about all the tech behind this, decision trees, genetic algorithms, but the ones that really caught my eye, neural networks and reinforcement learning. Those just sound intense.
Oh, they're definitely game changers. It's all about teaching AI to learn in real time, basically think more like we do. So neural networks, picture like trying to copy how the human brain works. They can spot patterns, learn from insane amounts of data.
So like, it's watching thousands of hours of someone playing StarCraft and being like, got it, I'm ready to crush.
Exactly. And then you've got reinforcement learning. This one's all about trial and error. You give the AI a goal, say, beat this level, whatever, and it just keeps trying until it gets it right. Each attempt, it learns a little more, gets a little better. Like, imagine teaching a computer to ride a bike, except instead of falling over, it's losing a round of Rocket League, analyzing what went wrong, and adjusting.
So every loss is a win for the AI. In a way, it's learning. Wild. And this is just what we've got in NWT. This isn't even like the tip of the iceberg, right?
This is like the first snowflake before the whole AI blizzard hits, honestly. Think about it. We've got AI learning, adapting, some would even say thinking. Now point all that brain power at how we make games in the first place.
Wait, you're saying AI could design games from scratch? Okay, now my mind is officially blown.
It's closer than you think. We're already seeing it a little with procedurally generated levels and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Algorithms making stuff based on rules. But imagine AI taking over using like all the data it's gathered to make everything. The rules, the story, the characters, the world.
And Built In touched on this too, right? It's not just the levels, but AI making the art, the music, all of it.
Exactly. AI art is exploding right now. We got AI making paintings like Picasso, composing music, even writing movie scripts. So AI making game assets, gorgeous visuals, soundtracks that blow you away. It's not if, it's when.
Okay, that's both super cool and also kind of scary, if I'm being honest. Like, what happens to all the human artists, the writers, composers? If AI can do it all, are they out of a job?
That's the big question, isn't it? Anytime we talk AI in any field, not just games,
Yeah.
there's also this chance that AI becomes a tool. It makes creators even better, lets them focus on the really creative stuff.
So, like, instead of replacing us, AI is more like the ultimate creative partner.
Exactly. Imagine designers working with AI, their visions coming to life faster, more vividly than ever before. It could be amazing, a golden age, right? But only if we make sure it's ethical. We got to be smart about how we use it.
Makes sense. But let's get back to these AI-designed games for a sec. We've covered levels, art, music. What about the characters, though? Like, could we end up playing against opponents that don't just act human, but they actually think, maybe even feel like it too?
Now there's the million-dollar question. And your sources, they touched on this too. One even used the example of Grand Theft Auto. Right now, those NPCs, they're kind of funny, right? Over the top. But what if they had real emotions? reacted to you like actual people.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with this. Suddenly, causing mayhem in a game's a lot less fun if you know you're genuinely upsetting someone, even if it is just code.
Right. Makes you think, huh, what's entertainment then? Where's the line in a virtual world? If a character's begging for its life, would you still pull the trigger? Or would it just be messed up?
Okay, I think I need a minute to, like, go play Tetris or something. Yeah, you remind myself those blocks aren't going to start feeling feelings. At least, not yet.
Yeah, it's a lot, for sure. But that's kind of the point, right? It's not just about, oh, the graphics are cooler now or the enemies are tougher. AI changes what games are. That line between us and them, the player and the game, even the creators and what they create, it gets all blurry in a fascinating way.
Blurry is a good word for it. We went from Pac-Man to, like, existential dread about AI emotions in the span of, what, 40 minutes? It's clear AI is changing the game. Literally. But okay, before we go too far down that rabbit hole, one last thing I'm curious about. If AI starts designing these crazy, realistic, personalized games, will we still have those shared experiences? Like, back in the day, everyone talking about the same level, that one boss fight? Will that even exist anymore?
That's the question, right? And honestly, no easy answer, but I'm optimistic. I think those shared moments, connecting over a game, that's human, that sticks around. But AI adds a whole new layer. Imagine games evolving with us, the players, our choices shaping how it changes. The possibilities, they're endless.
You've officially given me more to think about and a way longer to playlist. So for everyone listening, here's something to ponder. If AI designed your dream game, what would it even look like? Let us know. And thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive, everyone.